Local sports, here's Sports Director Manny Diaz.
It would likely require some shuffling of the storyline, but I'm certain if you replace J.R. Ewing's character from the hit TV show Dallas with Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, let's face it, you're still getting the made-for-TV drama. Well, remember that Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, Chicks Dig the Long Ball commercial back in the day? Well, with one swing of the bat tonight, Rangers ace Yu Darvish made that come alive. Well, regardless if you put your horns up or not, especially here in West Texas, Lakeview's own /UT offensive coordinator Sterling Gilbert and the Texas Longhorns all gave us a reason to become very interested in the double OT win last night over Notre Dame. What's what makes sports what it is, the rivalries, and plenty to talk about tonight, especially when it came to Abilene's 56th Crosstown Showdown, which sparked the question, who gonna run this town tonight? Welcome back to Houston for our continuing coverage of Super Bowl 51. Now this week we've been bringing you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, even news on Lady Gaga and the possibility of her performing from the roof of NRG Stadium. That's all yet to be determined. We'll have to wait and see for that one on Super Sunday. Nonetheless, today we're bringing you one big experience that's well worth the 6-hour drive from San Angelo. Crazy game in essence that Sonora only possessed the ball 3 minutes and 7 seconds the entire first half. Usually it's Super Bowl Sunday providing all the fun and excitement, but midweek, well, it's Radio Row. If starting and winning an NCAA regional tournament game was on the old bucket list for San Angelo's own Davis Martin, well, we can officially check that off. For years, it's been Dave Campbell's in FNF magazine ranking the Wallhawks as at least a top 10 team in Texas to start the season. This year, no different. This is kind of a theme here. Favorite pickup line? Or do you have a pickup line?
I can't think of one that's not inappropriate.
Oh, so yeah, we got to keep this PG.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe preferably G.
Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Oh, man! Week in and week out this fall, it's going to be a gauntlet.
Yeah.
I mean, from the Texas Tech teams of America to Baylor to TCU. Has that kind of set in with you?
You know, no.
With your local sports, here's Sports Director Manny Diaz.
Well, since the loss to Reagan County back in September, the Ozona Lions have reeled off 5 straight wins, including a big one over my hometown Cristobal Cougars for a district title. Tonight, the Lions trying to carry over the good times into the postseason. The kid from Crockett County and Angelo tonight taking on Force, and winner of this one gets New Deal or West Texas. First quarter Lions facing 4th and 1 deep in Buffs territory. Jaden Perez decides to carry the mail himself, and good idea, has the first down and more, 7-0 Lions. Next Force and drive, these kids like to move. Bryce Hergert to Blaze Yeater, and that's a Buffs first down. Eventually led to a score, 7-6 Ozona. Start of the second quarter now. Lions knocking on the door, hand off to Kobe Rodriguez and put him down for a 12-yard touchdown. Lions go for 2 to make it 15-6. But Forsan would have an answer. They give it to Terrell McVeigh, and this kid is just all speed as he races past the Ozona defense for the 61-yard touchdown to make it 15-12 Ozona. Next Buffs drive, Mr. QB1, Bryce Hergert, gets behind the big fellas, takes it in for 6, giving Forsan the 18-15 lead. Buffs go on to win this one 41-22. Great season for Ozona. Class 2A Division I now. Junction out in Wimberley tonight. They beat Thorndale 46-20. Very Best making its first ever playoff appearance. Buena Vista, pretty good team as they beat the Falcons. Congrats to Very Best on an awesome season. Down in the south end of Tom Green County, my hometown Cristobal Cougars are back in the postseason. If you know anything about the Cougs, well, the struggle has been real when it comes to the playoffs. No Cristobal team since the 6-man era has won a playoff game. So if you want to break a crazy long streak, all about the approach.
I told him the story about Roger Bannister. You know, nobody could ever break that 4-minute mile.
It's Cristobal in Holly tomorrow night in Bings. Last playoff win for the Cougars came back in November of 1992 against Zephyr. When it comes to this situation, I believe King George said it best. I'd like to have that one back. Certainly a tune Texas Tech head coach Cliff Kingsbury is likely singing when each time he's the witness to Stanford's own James Washington just tearing it up. The Big Country native has made it known he wanted to be a Red Raider, but when Tech said thanks but no thanks, oh, it was Oklahoma State saying, hey, come on up to Stillwater. Last year in Lubbock, Washington wrecked Tech for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. This season, he's 14th in the nation in receiving yards. I know, I just nerded out on you. And you best believe Cliff wants to know, well, when he's on the field.
You got to dedicate, a scheme to him, a couple guys to him.
Prettiest man alive. Wouldn't you say, Quintero? Tech may be the best passing offense in the nation, but the wise guys in Vegas like the Pokes on Saturday. So Oklahoma State is listed as a 13-point favorite in Stillwater. For a last look at weather, stick around after the break.
It's the ultimate NFL experience that gets you closer than ever, and not just to Lombardi's trophy. How about a snapshot away from the bling of all bling? Not to mention a chance to strut your stuff, putting it through the uprights. Meanwhile, glamour model and former Playboy playmate Kendra Wilkinson also showing off her skills. So right next door to kicking field goals is one of the greatest of all time, Adam Vinatieri. Check that out. Signing autographs too. Get it! But if kicking isn't your game, why not test your hands? Even I did. But with plenty to do, the Cowboys' attraction just seemed to be what everyone wanted to be a part of. Then, of course, when you've taken in all the NFL experience, you can make a new friend. What's going on, JJ?
Well, imagine going through life with all the motivation and courage in the world, but only a dream would allow it all to come true. For Heiko 7th grader Fernando Fonseca, well, he no longer needs a dream to play football. It's a scheme, it's the plan, it's the X's and O's that give heroes a fighting chance. His name is Fernando Fonseca, 7th grader from Heiko. His love for the game is larger than life, but spina bifida, a defect that disables 1 in 8 births in America, has sidelined Fernando until this season.
Of course, we got a chance to watch him grow up from when he was really tiny, and you know, I understand that maybe in some ways he doesn't have some of the capabilities of the other kids, but in other ways we think he's probably more special than anybody we have here.
Every single practice, every single day. Hey, coach, I'm ready to go, you know, during the game. Oh, I want to get in there, coach.
So after having made his case, Fernando got his chance against Goldthwaite in a play tailor-made just for him.
When we started practicing, the Fernando special is what you get to see.
Coach told me to play Pro Route Liz Fernando special. Oh, ready.
I thought they were gonna, like when I went to when I was getting to get started, and I thought to myself, I think they're gonna tackle me, but they didn't tackle me.
Man, it was awesome just to go out there and get to see my best friend go out and score those 2-point conversions. Really warmed my heart.
But of course, Fernando had an audible in mind for his very own play, the dive.
That was a little extra, okay? That was all by himself, but that is Fernando. You know, he does his own deal. You know, we have it all planned. This is how we're gonna do it. And I'm surprised he didn't do a flip in the end zone, you know, or get up on top of it, dunk it on the goalpost or something. That's kind of the way he is.
As for what's next for Fernando,
this year I'm gonna run track, but I don't know about I don't know if I'm gonna do football next year or in a year, but I'm sure I'm gonna do track every year.
So what motivates you? What inspires you? And second thought, what if life had a different game plan drawn up for you?
You think you're different than anybody else?
No, sir.
How so?
Because I can run, and everybody can run. I can run too, and I can walk, and a lot of people can run and walk.
I know if you could take Fernando and you put his mindset into 99% of guys out there, you'd win a whole lot of football games. Actually, you'd probably never lose a football game.
From his motivation,
We want to win the tomorrow game, and I want you to win. Let's go Tigers!
to his made-for-TV smile, Fernando shouldn't be just an inspiration to us all, but how we approach life, one 2-point conversion at a time.